Hey guys, it's JJ. Welcome back to the Laredo State Dynasty. We have played 6 games so far, so we're halfway through the season. We are 4-2, 2-1 in conference. The last 2 games against Central Michigan and Texas, and yeah, it's kind of lowered our chances to maybe have a shot at the conference championship game. Today we're going to be playing the Texas State Bobcats, who are posing a pretty serious threat. They do have a few really good players in the 90s for overall. We're going to start off with the quarterback, Stanley Westbrooks, 6'2", 204, a scrambling quarterback out of Tallahassee, Florida. Westbrooks has a decent arm, decent elusiveness, actually below average throwing ratings, I'd say, but lots of speed, so that's always a scare. Then they've got Lamar Kalu in the backfield, number 32, 5'10", 184. He's a receiving back, a former 3-star recruit, and Kalu is a solid route runner, can catch the football a little bit. He's got some really good juke and spin moves, and no power at all. 88 speed, not too crazy. Tim Longo, 6'5", 190, a very skinny but very tall number 1 wide receiver. He's number 82. Tim Longo has some decent short route running, really good release. He can get off the line cleanly. He has great hands, and he has some serious speed. 96 speed, 93 XL, combined with that 94 release. That's gonna make him real scary. And then they've got Finau Bua, 6'5", 211, out of Elotes, Texas. Bua is a solid number 2 option. He's a really good route runner. His hands are kind of mediocre, actually below average. The catching and catching traffic doesn't look great, and he doesn't really have too much speed. Actually, 94 speed is pretty good, but 85 XL, not good. Kylan Evans, he's the number 3 receiver, so they have a serious threat here with 3 really good receivers. Evans, decent route runner. He has really good hands, very good juke and spin moves, and 90 speed. So they've got more than enough speed on that defense, and especially against our secondary, which has proven to be very unreliable. That might be an issue. And then they've got a 91 overall tight end here, JD Darnold, number 81. Darnold is more of a blocking specialist, but he can catch the football a little bit. 67 speed is not going to do much damage, though. And then for the offensive line, Texas State has a very solid left tackle, a huge hole at left guard, a solid center, George Bevero. And then they've got a couple really good guards, but that dude is injured, the top one. So they're going to have to play a couple backups here. And I'm assuming that one of those right guards is going to play at left guard, because that 74 overall dude is not going to cut it. And then the top edge rusher on this team is Darius Carmen. Carmen has 85 power moves. He's got more than enough strength on the edge there, 91 strength. That would be good even for a defensive tackle, but this dude's 265, and he has 99 tackling, but only 73 block sheds. So if he sheds, he's gonna tackle, but the question is, does he shed? And then no finesse moves to speak of. And then they've got yet another one, Marcus Woodhead, 6'5", 288, out of Tyler, Texas. Woodhead has a really good block shedding ability, 89 tackling as well, 97 strength at 288. That's crazy. 97 strength would be crazy good at 330. Dude is not really a pass rusher, but that 79 finesse moves definitely can get the job done if need be. And then they've got Justin Kirkpatrick, yet another edge rusher. I'm assuming that the 288-pound dude plays in the middle. Power moves, 85 for him, 93 strength. This defensive line is crazy good. And it doesn't even matter that nobody's an all-rounder. Everything does their thing, and if they manage them correctly, then they might have a very solid game here. Taulia Hu is the middle linebacker on this team, and Hu He's got really good diagnostics. He can rush the passer a little bit if he's blitzed. He's got really good run stopping ability. 85 zone coverage is not horrible. 84 speed, 86 excel. It's a pretty decent athletic linebacker. Alfonso Coxey is the number 2 linebacker, 6'2", 237. Out of Dickinson, Texas. A little bit undersized, not quite the run stopper that you would expect in an 85 overall, but again, excellent diagnostics, 96 finesse moves, I think it was, great coverage, and more than enough speed at linebacker. So a very specific skill set here. James Kaneda is the number 1 corner, and this dude is injured, dislocated elbow. So he's out. The new number 1 is going to be Cole Steinbach, 6'2", 176, out of Austin, Texas. A former 3-star recruit. Man coverage ability is very solid. 84 man, 83 press. His hands, 91 catching is really good. 70 zone coverage. That's really awful. So that might be a weakness. And 89 speed, 88 excel. So not the fastest either. Tice Williams, 6'1", 190, out of Conroe, Texas. Williams is a solid zone coverage defender. He does not really have the run support needed, and he's not great in man coverage either. Also not the fastest. So the secondary definitely has some weaknesses, but if the front 4 delivers for Texas State, we might have a problem. Now, we have won against them twice, but I'd say that at least one of those wins was kind of a miracle. So this is going to be a very even matchup, I'd say. We do have the edge at quarterback and running back, I would say. We do not have the edge at receiver. The offensive line is favoring us. Defensive line is favoring them. Then they've got a couple of really good linebackers. We only have one. And the secondary, I'd say, is almost equally weak. So I think this is a very fair matchup. Maybe we're the slight favorite, but on the other hand, Texas State is playing at home, and right off the bat, Lamar Kalu gets 15 yards, breaking more than just one tackle on this play, and then getting injured on the same one. So we're going to see a backup here. From the 38, they're going to hand it off, and out the numbers, and that's going to be running down the sideline, and a huge gain, 33 yards from Nick Ball. What a name. And he's still in the backfield. Now, it's a play-action threat, though, and they are going to go to Longo. First down, easily converting, and we are going to have Kelvin Leyva down with an injury. That's not a great look either. 1st and 10, and they're going to hand it off. And Ball has a clean path to the end zone. It's a touchdown. Texas State is going to lead this game 7-0 here at home. Let's see what Laredo State can do to recover. Laredo State so far not showing much promise on defense. That was a little bit too easy. They didn't even attack deep down the field. They just let him win underneath. Suarez is going to start this drive off here with a 13-yard run after they had a false start penalty. 1st and 10, and Cerdeno shows off the speed and gets the new first down. That's about a 12-yard gain on the play. 3rd and 8 now after a couple bad runs, and Estrada has a man wide open at the sideline, and Arianes is going to take it upfield, get about 13 yards on the play, move the chains. And now 3rd and 11, a couple even worse runs, and Estrada is forced to throw it again, and Arianes is going to get not quite to the sticks. 4th and 1, but this is definitely go for it territory, and they are going to have Cerdeno in the backfield, and they're actually going to run it. This should have been a job for Nick Vasquez, to be honest, but they're going to get it done with Tavares Cerdeno. 1st and 10, and Cerdeno is going to handle a carry again, and that's a 9-yard gain, almost moving the chains. Couple downs later, it's 2nd and 10, and they're gonna hand it off to Kevin Colombo, and he's got a huge run after we have also seen Suarez exiting on this drive as well. He had a small injury, so he was missing a little bit of this first half, And now Kevin Colombo, he gets a second run consecutively, and he gets about 9 yards on that one as well. And now Suarez is going to check in again, second quarter, and he's going to try to power his way into the end zone, but he's going to be down at the 1 yard line as another Texas State defender is on the ground. And that's going to bring up fourth down. Laredo State content with taking the points there because they did not want to risk it from the goal line there. 3rd and 3 for Texas, and they're going to hand it off, and this is their number 1 back. This is not good at all. Two lead backs in this game, and both of them have already had injuries, and so we're going to see backups here and there, but we have another catch made by Kalu. And he moves the chains. 1st and 10, and Kalu has another huge run to the outside. What is happening with the outside contain? It's a 19-yard run, and Kalu at the moment has 11 yards per carry. 3rd and 4, got a throw for that one, and standing tall in the pocket, coming back for it is Longo, and he's got the first down on that one. Westbrook's on the money again. 3rd and goal. And we're halfway through the second quarter by now, and this is not going to be a touchdown. So field goal is going to make it a 7-point game again, 10-3, and Suarez is going to get the handoff, and he's going to fumble the ball away. Texas State is going to take over. Oh, John Suarez just fumbled the ball away in a very bad position. We had 5 minutes left in this half. Could have just gone down the field, tie up the game at 10 and not leave them any time, and instead they get the ball back and have a chance to make this a 2-score possession or a 2-score game, but they're gonna throw an interception instead. We're not happy with that opportunity, and it's Aguilera again, number 8. He's been balling out these last few weeks, I guess, and gets another interception, so at least we get the ball back within 1 play. So let's see what Suarez can do this time. 8-yard run, that's a good start, I'd guess. 3rd and 2, and Suarez is the back. They go close bunch to the left and hand it off to Suarez. That was a little bit too easy. He's gonna move the chains. 3rd and 10 now, closer to midfield, and Estrada has to throw for it. And over the middle, the catch is not made by Arellanes. That's gonna be a punt, and Texas State gets the ball with about 1 minute and 45 on the clock here. And Westbrook's got somebody behind the defense. Oh, this is bad. This is Bua into the end zone for an 80-yard touchdown, and Texas State, the Bobcats, are taking a 2-score lead. It's 17-3, and so far Laredo State has shown nothing but awfulness on both offense and defense. Now, 3rd and 8 with a minute on the clock, as Estrada is going to try to do some damage control, but not working out. They lose this possession as well, and there's still almost a minute on the clock here. 35 seconds now for Westbrook, and he's chased and tackled. That is going to be a sack, as Texas State is going to run out of room there and going to face a very tough 2nd and 24 as Laredo State, you've got to get off the field here, and Westbrooks is going to dump it to his running back. He breaks a tackle and gets 12 yards, steps out of bounds in the process as well. So now a very much easier 3rd and 12, still a tough one, but be a lot easier than 3rd and 24. They're going to toss it out of bounds, no points on the board, and at least this lead stays at 17-3 because they were about 10 yards away from the field goal range. Yeah, so far this has been an awful game for the Ocelots, and they need to get it together if they want to have a chance to play in this game, man. And luckily we're going to start it off with the offense here in the 3rd quarter, and somebody's behind the defense, and dropping the ball is Taylor Rosas. Oh geez, such a disappointment. 3rd and 9, Estrada is pressured, throws it over the middle, and another drop by Arellanes is going to force another punt. Great field position for Texas State, and they're going to have an RPO wide open over the middle, and that was about an 18-yard connection. 1st and 10, handed off. This is too easy. Kalu gets 10 yards and another 1st down. They're just moving the ball down the field at will. First and 10, and this is gonna be bad if they don't tackle him. They do get him, but not after a 7-yard gain. Second and 3, and Kalu is the back, trips to the left, and now the quarterback is gonna keep it, and that's a 3-yard loss. Nowhere to go, and instead, it's now a 3rd and 6, and Westbrook, he's gonna be pressured, dumps it off, and at the sticks, that's gonna be shy of the 6, 4th and inches. But Texas takes the field goal. Texas State takes the field goal. It's now a 3-score game. And John Suarez is weaving through the lane that he was given, getting a first down in the process. And now this offense really needs to get it together. 2nd and 8, Estrada resets a couple times. And Cerdeno is going to run away from the defense. Tries to juke out a corner. Didn't work, but still a 10-yard gain. 1st and 10, Cerdeno stays in the game, and he's going to get the handoff. Lots of running room, runs it outside, down the numbers, and that's going to be a huge first down run, as Suarez has a pec strain and will yet again not be available. So we're going to see Kevin Colombo again, and he's going to get about 7 yards on the play. Colombo has been looking pretty solid so far. 2nd and 3, and Cerdeno checks back in. They're going to go with a slip screen, and the blocks are setting up pretty well for a first down, and Cerdeno gonna move them to the red zone. 3rd and 5, and Suarez checks back in, and wide open of the middle is nobody. Arellanes makes the catch anyway, and that's gonna be 4th and inches, and you gotta go for it here, man. A field goal is not gonna do you any good. And they're gonna hand it off to Suarez. First down at the 5, and that's gonna be a new set of downs, and Suarez seems to be injured again, and now he's favoring his arm, his forearm. So it was a pec strain earlier, but now he seems to be injured on his arm, so that's not a great look. Instead, we're gonna get a touchdown. It's Taylor Rosas with a tough grab on the slant. We're gonna get it done as Laredo State gets their first touchdown on the day, and it's now a 10-20 game. Still a 2-score game for Texas State. And they're going to get on offense now. Westbrooks, the lefty, is going to dish it out for a 10-yard win. Westbrook with a great throw there. Right on the money. 3rd and 7. Westbrook standing tall in the pocket. Now he's going to be chased and runs away from defenders. Still getting sacked at the end there. It's Carvajal chasing him down at the end, but got to get the sack in the pocket, man. What are you doing? Could have thrown it somewhere. In the meantime, 1st and 10 now after the punt. Estrada has a clean pocket, gets it away. Rosas first down, and he's even gonna fight for a few extra yards. Gonna get about 14 yards on the play. 2nd and 9, and we're now in the 4th quarter as Estrada is gonna set up another slip screen, and the block set up pretty well. Tries to juke out the safety in the corner. It didn't work out, but it is gonna be still a first down. Now, 1st and 10 from the 48 of Texas State, and they're just going to chuck it down as a one-on-one, and underthrowing his receiver by a mile as Estrada, as Arellanes was actually a little bit further down the field. Either you overthrow it, you hit it, but never underthrow it, man. That's just a horrible idea. And now Texas State, they get the ball back for free. 2nd and 7. Westbrook with Kalu in the backfield, and they're gonna have a play action shot, and whiffing on the coverage was Santos. Wide open is Longo, and he's gonna run it down the field. Everybody was missing their tackles. 89-yard touchdown, and the Bobcats now are up by 3 scores again, and we're almost at the end of the game. There's only 8 minutes left, and now it's kind of gonna take a miracle, man. 2 deep touchdowns. If you take those out of the equation, this is a really close game, but we allow 2 deep touchdowns. That's a horrible mistake. Estrada has a wide open man. It's Arellanes. Somebody jumped off sides. The flag is down, but we're just going to decline that, and Arellanes is going to get the first down for free. Now, 1st and 10 from the 44, and Cerdeno is the back now. Double twin set. Estrada, the lefty, is gonna chuck it down the field, and this one's gonna be caught for a touchdown. It's Taylor Rosas in the end zone, the 5'8" receiver. He didn't have not even a step. It was maybe a half step on his DB. Right in his hip pocket all the time, but Rosas is gonna haul it in, and what a throw that was by Estrada. Finally not whiffing. So 10-point game. Let's see if this defense finally can take down Westbrooks, and he gets about 6 yards, but shy of the sticks. 4th down. We get the ball back with 6.5 minutes. Now we need to get a score on this drive as well. Estrada gets it away on the angle route. It's Rivero, and he's got a 1st down, and we're gonna move on, move the chains here. Another injury for Texas State. 3rd and 9, nobody jumps offside, and Estrada has a really tough 3rd down on this one. But Rosas is wide open, and he gets about 14 yards on this play. So with that, Estrada finally has more than 50% completion percentage, and now we're gonna hand it off to Cerdeno. They were not expecting the run at all, and they get 9 yards out of that one. That was a pretty good tactic. 2nd and 1, and Estrada is gonna hand it off to Colombo, who's gonna break tackles and fall ahead. What a play by Colombo. 2nd and 6, and Estrada is gonna hand it off to Colombo. Again breaks, again a tackle, falls ahead, always grinding out the tough yards. I really like Colombo from what we've seen so far. 1st and 10, Estrada is gonna get it away to his wide open tight end Rivero. Got 8 yards on the play. 2nd and goal from the 1 now, and you're gonna hand it off to Cerdeno. It's a touchdown, and Laredo State is actually within 3 points here in their Dark Canyon alternate uniforms. They are finally showing up, and let's see if this defense can get it together for one more set of downs. Give the ball back to the offense, and then maybe we can tie it, or maybe we can even win it. There is still 2 minutes and 35 seconds on the clock. And now let's see what this offense from Texas State can do. They're gonna run it, and nobody saw the quarterback keeper coming, as Westbrooks even gonna break a couple tackles, run out of bounds. Jeez, this is how you lose games. And now there's only 1 timeout left. You gotta stop him here. And Westbrooks finally stopped. Last timeout taken by Santos. And now there is only 1 more down. 3rd and 12. And you gotta get off the field here if you want to have a chance, if you're gonna get the ball back. And Kalu, he's gonna run it for a 1st down. What are you doing? It's a 19-yard run on 3rd and 12. This defense is absolutely abysmal against the run. It's just horrible. It's just absolutely horrible to watch. We had a late game comeback, but if you allow 92% completion percentage for the opposing quarterback, man, you don't earn the win, man. Westbrook's almost perfect on the day. He did throw 1 interception and 1 incompletion, but he had more touchdowns than incompletions, man. That is absolutely ridiculous. Wayne Westrada, I mean, it was a tough day for him, but he did have a couple misses. We had a solid day on the ground, but we never could get the run game going, and we would always have like 1 set of downs where you lose a couple on the first run, and then you lose a couple more on the second one, and suddenly it's 3rd and 13, and then you can't get the 1st down anymore. As Texas State, they were able to run the football way too well, absolutely destroying us. We were not able to force a single drop today. Longo goes for a $132 and 89-yard touchdown on that one, and the other one, Bua, got an 80-yard touchdown. So, I mean, we should have won this game. You just take away those 2 deep touchdowns, and we should be good. Now, this defense looks absolutely abysmal. I hope that next season this is going to be different, but I am afraid it is maybe too late for this season. An interception for Aguilera. He's collecting them now, so let's hope he continues that trend. And instead, we're gonna try to move on to the next game. Very tough loss here against Texas State, our first one against them. And yeah, they have been looking real solid so far. Instead, we are gonna get a commit. Richard DiMercado out of Pearland, Texas. It's a cornerback, a 4-star. That's good news. We get a 4-star in the building on this one, and that's the only recruit for this week, but looks solid. I'm happy about it. 6'3", 187. He's got 97 speed, 91 excel, 82 zone coverage. Basically no weakness. That 71 man coverage needs to get a little bit better. And 63 tackling is actually a weakness, but for a corner, I really don't consider it that important. And then we're going to have a couple of visits for this next game. Nick Chavez is going to be in the building. He's got some very pretty solid speed 93, speed 92 excel. He's a solid route runner. He's more of a projects more of a slot player. We're gonna get Taylor Morales in here, who is gonna be a defensive tackle, 6'1", 285, very light and short, but he does have 89 strength and 84 finesse moves right off the bat. That's really good. Morales, more of a finesse rusher here. And then also the corner that we just got, DiMercado. He's also going to visit this game, but it doesn't matter because he already committed. Now we're going to play Sam Houston, the Bearcats, and this has not been good turf for us, but I have a feeling this year might be a little bit different, as DJ Bailey is quarterbacking them. 5'10", 220. Looks like a running back, honestly. Out of DeSoto, Texas. Former 2-star recruit, a senior. And Bailey has 89 throw power. His accuracies are solid across the board. The deep accuracy might not be where you want it. DJ Bailey has also 82 speed, 86 excel, so this kid can run a little bit as well. And then we've got Nick Ordonez, 6'1", 192 out of Keller, Texas. A solid elusive back. He's got some decent juke and spin move. The break tackle is a little bit low. He's got 88 carrying. He can catch the football a little bit. Not a crazy good pass catcher. And then we've got a decent route runner in him as well. So I think he can do it all except power. That's where he lacks the most. But also 91 speed is pretty solid. And then at receiver, the number 1 guy is Marcus Fields, 6'3", 180 out of Lindale, Texas. Field has very decent route running ability. His hands are decent again, but there's just nothing spectacular about it. He's a 78 overall, and that's their best receiver. The only thing that's really exciting about him is his 94 speed, 94 excel combo. That's pretty good. And then we've got Kenya Owens, 6'4", 201 out of Austin, Texas. Owens has 96 release and 81 short route running, so the typical physical archetype receiver. He's got some mediocre hands, but he's got 92 speed, 91 excel. Against our corners, that's a win always, especially with 96 release. And then we've got Charlie Silva, the tight end, 6'2", 249 out of New Palestine, Indiana. Silva has a pretty awful hands, all the catching ratings in the 60s. I mean, that's not a great look. Silva has also pretty bad speed at 64. I mean, there's tackles and guards running faster than that. And then the offensive line for the Bearcats. They have a couple standouts, but they also have a couple not so great guys. And not so great is, for example, the left tackle and the center. The right guard at 81 overall. That's nothing spectacular either. Honestly, if you wanna like over exaggerate, I mean, the left guard is the only good player on that offensive line, so this should be an opportunity for us. Now the top edge rusher, he's no joke. Josiah Stevens has 82 power moves, 82 finesse moves, so he's a great pass rusher. He's got 95 strength. Doesn't even matter that he's only 77 block shedding, but even that's not horrible. And then yeah, you have a great edge rusher, a great athlete there who can do both power and finesse moves. Crazy. But linebacker is Mitch Melton, 6'1", 220 out of Conroe, Texas. Melton has 89 zone coverage. He's more of a lighter linebacker from today's NFL, where you don't need all the extra weight. You just be fast and hit a lot, and it's not a great run stopper, but solid. And then 78 speed, I mean, that's pretty slow. And then at corner, they've got Rico Escobar, one of the best players on the team, 6'1". So a very solid outside corner, 94 man coverage, but that press is abysmal. He doesn't have great hands. And his zone coverage is actually pretty decent. I would have expected less, to be honest. And then he's got 89 speed and 90 acceleration. So pretty exciting for him. And then we've got Jojo Robinson, 5'9", 170. A decent number 2 option with good man coverage ability, 77 zone. I mean, it's a little bit lower than what you want, but I think he can get by with a little bit of help. And then 88 speed, 91 XL, that's pretty slow. And then they've got a safety here in Jason Silva, 5'11", 197 out of Woodville, Texas. Silva has very solid run support. He's got some power. He's got everything you want except man coverage and speed. Yeah, so that's not gonna happen. 84 speed, we should be able to use that if they are gonna be playing cover 2. Now we've played against Sam Houston twice and we have lost both of those games, so we've got a revenge game here, man. We gotta win. And yeah, both teams hovering around 500 at the moment. Laredo State is going to receive the kickoff, and we should be the heavy favorites here as Sardenio is going to return to the 19-yard line. Laredo State on offense first, and let's see what we can do. We should be the heavy favorite. This is a home game as well, so it's not just that it's a home game, but we have by far the better offensive line. We have the better defensive line. We should be dominating. And we're going to start off with John Suarez with a very nice run here. 3rd and 5 now, so that's going to be a little tough throw here, but wide open in the secondary is Jaquez Lara. Haven't heard much about him this season. He didn't really have a good offseason, so a few receivers jumped him on the depth charts, but he's got a very nice catch there, clearing behind the linebackers. 1st and 10, and hand it off to Sardenio again. That's going to be another nice run, 8 yards for him. He's showing off the speed here, and he's on the field still. Gets another 9-yard gain on the next set of downs, and we've got a new one here. 1st and 10, empty backfield for Estrada, and he's gonna throw it on the slant. Orellanes gets about 9 yards, and that almost moved the chains. 2nd and 1, fullback checks in, Nick Vasquez checks in, and we're gonna motion Guillermo across the formation, hand it off to Vasquez up the middle. That's a touchdown. Laredo State with a very solid drive to start off this game. This is exactly what we need. Nick Vasquez checks in and shows off the strength. Didn't even have to run somebody over, but just broke a little arm tackle there at the goal line. And now Sam Houston is gonna get on the field on offense for the first time today. They start off with an 8-yard pass. 1st down, a couple downs later, and they're gonna hand it off, and a huge running lane for the Bearcats opens up. That's going to be another 1st down for them. And they've got an injury timeout here. 1st and 10, and they're going to have a motion for an outside receiver. And wide open across the formation. What a misdirection play. They had the quarterback scrambling out to the right and throw it back across to the left. DJ Bailey executed it to perfection. 1st and 10, Bailey throws the bubble RPO, wide open 1st down at the sideline, 15 yards. A little bit too easy there for the Sam Houston offense. Now they're in the red zone. 2nd and 4, Bailey throws it, end zone, not quite in. That's going to be shy of the goal line, but goal to go from about the half-inch yard line. Now, 1st and 10, or 1st and half an inch, and hand it off. That's a touchdown, untouched into the end zone. Walk the Bearcats, and they tie up this game at 7. Sam Houston now tied at 7 to end this 1st quarter, and now we started off with the 2nd quarter. Estrada is gonna have to be sacked, I guess. He had to throw it away, but he did not. He got sacked. That's great field position for Sam Houston to start off this drive. And a huge running lane again. What is happening to this defense? 12 yards on that play, as Ordonez has been stellar so far. 1st and 10, Bailey throws it to the flats, and that's going to be another 2 broken tackles, fighting ahead, running over people. It's just too easy on this defense as Silva The tight end makes the play there. Now they're going to motion out Ordonez, throw it to him at the last second, but that was a horrible mistake as Valdez just knocks him to the ground. What a hit stick. 3rd and 14, DJ Bailey. He's got Ordonez in to protect. That was a good call. They've got a man wide open over the middle. And yeah, that was a bad play from this Laredo State defense as they're going to run it. Ordonez as the lead blocker, and down the sideline, out of bounds at the 1 is David. 1st and goal, Ordonez back as the lead back here, and he has another walk-in touchdown, 2nd one of the day for him. And apparently, this is not going to be a revenge game at all. If Laredo State continues to play like this on defense, we're going to have a 40-burger here, maybe a 50-burger. If every drive seems to be a touchdown for Sam Houston. 2nd and 4, and Estrada has his tight end with a very nice route. He breaks a tackle and then continues to run for about 20 more yards. And a total of 28 yards on this play. Great play by Rivero. 1st and 10, Wayne Estrada has a 4-man pressure, and he's gonna throw it on the ankle route, and Suarez makes the catch for about 8 yards, gets tackled immediately. 2nd and 9 now. This is at the edge of field goal range, and run it up the gut with Suarez. That's easy money. 1st down. And now we've got a 4th and 1 a little bit later. 3 runs, couldn't get it done, so let's try a 4th one into the end zone. That's gonna be a touchdown. And Sam Houston, we're going to decline that penalty. Obviously, they jumped off sides. As Suarez ran it 3 times on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. Didn't get anywhere. 4th and 1, run it to the end zone. So, game's tied, and there is 30 seconds on the clock. And this is bad news, baseball. What is this defense doing? Another huge completion, about 18 yards for the Bearcats. 1st and 10. Double twin set, and they've got Ordonez on a swing route and wide open over the middle, and that's another timeout taken by Sam Houston. Another huge catch, and they're already at the edge of field goal range in 12 seconds. Imagine what they can do with 23 seconds. Bailey, another throw, another wide open receiver, another 1st down, and another 15 yards on top. Now this is definitely field goal range, and they do get a couple more yards, but they do take the field goal in the end. So 17-14, they had it way too easy there as Laredo State trailing at halftime. That's not a great look. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, as we're going to move on to the 2nd quarter now. And this defense really needs to get it together because Sam Houston so far absolutely dominating on the ground, more than 6 yards a carry, and now they get the ball back after the 2nd half, so they've got 1 more possession, and finally we get to sack him and end the drive. So Calvin Leyva gets into the backfield there, and Bailey goes down. Now we get the ball in pretty good field position and already in opposing territory. 1st and 10. Let's see what Suarez can do. Running away from defenders and gets about 14 yards on the play, and he seems to be a little bit shaken up, but stays in the game apparently. Now we're gonna throw it. It's a 4-man pressure. We're throwing it to Suarez. He's gonna catch it for a 1st down, about 9 yards on that play, and just like that, we're in the red zone. 2nd and goal. Estrada, he's got some time. He throws it over the middle. It's a touchdown, and Joshua Arellanes, he's got the score on this one. So we're gonna take a lead. Laredo State up by 4 now, 21-17. Joshua Arellanes, very reliable so far this season. He's been breaking out these last few weeks, and I like to continue seeing him, or I like to see him continuing that. 2nd and 9, and down goes Bailey, and that's actually ruled a fumble. It was a backward pass, but it's out of bounds. It is still a 7-yard loss, and a sack as well. 3rd and 17, and Bailey sets up the screen, and Ordonez is not going to get it. 7 yards, not enough to get the new set of downs. So again, we get the ball back with great field position. Suddenly, the defense can get it together, and we're going to have a chance to go up by 2 scores now, as Vela is going to juke out 2 defenders there and fall ahead for another 1st down. What a play for Emilio Vela, the slot receiver. Now empty backfield for Estrada. Pressure is coming in, and he's going down. It was a 5-man pressure, and they had pretty good coverage. 2nd and 19. Let's see what Estrada can do on that one. Play action shot, and he is gonna get it away, and Rosas is gonna catch it for a first down, actually. Crazy good play. Estrada was hit as well. Luckily, he's not injured on that play. 1st and 10 from Estrada. Rivera is in motion, and we're gonna hand it off. Cerdeno, lots of running room to the outside. Safety to beat, and he's gonna break his ankles. Down to the one, gonna be caught from behind, sadly, but broke the safety's ankles there. What a play by Tavares Cerdeno. 1st and goal, and Cerdeno is the back still, and they're gonna hand it off. Cerdeno in the end zone. Touchdown, Laredo State. And we're gonna have a 2-score lead now. 28-17 is the new score, and Cerdeno has made it happen on that one. Another explosive run to the outside, man. He's showing off the wheels there. And then gets into the end zone, meets his tackler at the goal line, and falls ahead. 1st and 10 for DJ Bailey now, and what a throw to the outside. That was a dart out there to number 81. 1st and 10, and they're gonna hand it off to Ordonez. Breaks a tackle, falls ahead. Oh, this is just too easy for Sam Houston. It starts again, 3 tight end set this time, and Ordonez is going to get the handoff, and it does not matter as he's going to run it outside. Broke a tackle as well. Luckily enough people there to take him down anyway. 3rd and 7 now, so they're going to throw this one, and instead they're going to run a draw up the middle, 4th and inches at the edge of field goal range. And they're actually going to take this field goal try. 48-yarder, and it is right down the middle. Sam Houston on the board again. It's a 1-score game, 8 points difference. 3rd and 2, and we've got 3 tight ends on the field now ourselves, as Cerdeno has got a nice opening up the gut and gets a first down on the play. 2 tight ends set now, and Colombo checks in, and whenever he's checking in, there is always an explosive run waiting to happen. 20 yards on the play. Kevin Colombo. I am so excited to see this dude next year. 3rd and 8 now after a couple bad runs, and Estrada is not even going to get the pass off cleanly, so that's going to be a 4th and 8, and we're just going to try to take the field goal here. And this one is good, right down the middle, and we extend the lead again to 2 scores. And I mean, we took a lot of time off, so it's an 11-point game, but technically Sam Houston can still win it. Not if they throw an interception, though. It's Dave Santos over the middle. That was thrown a little bit too late. He waited a little bit too long to attack 17 there, the zone coverages. It's Dave Santos over the middle, our one good middle linebacker. He's looking like an absolute stud, and I think that should do it. We're obviously going to have to run out the clock first. 3 timeouts still left for Sam Houston, but let's have a second look at that one as Dave Santos. He was just waiting there a couple yards off just to entice the quarterback and then throw it at the last second. And we're going to throw the dagger here. It's a touchdown to Chaguez Lara as they had a press coverage and they thought we were going to run, and instead we're putting a dagger on them after we've lost the first 2 matchups against them. It's now a 38-20 game, and yeah, they get the ball back. Let's see if they can do something with that. As nope, the quarterback goes down again. That's another sack. 2nd and 17, and they are backed up to their own 8-yard line now. DJ Bailey has got lots of time and throws another interception, and guess who? It's Aguilera again. He's been having a great season. What a player. He's a 74 overall, but he's outplaying his ratings by a lot. He's been collecting interceptions this season, and I just had to show you that play as Sam Houston got absolutely desperate, and just because we can, we run up the clock. Clock hits 000s. We're just gonna have another touchdown because we can. And Sam Houston was such a pain in the last 2 seasons, so we're gonna get this one done. And the game's over. 44-20 is your final score, as we're gonna head off with a 5-3 record, and Sam Houston is 3-5 after this one. Thank God we woke up in the second half. Defense was playing really well in the second half, and the offense got it together, put up 30 points, even though most of that was in garbage time. But Cerdeno had 20 rushing attempts for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns in this game. Really proud of him. That was also a reason why we ran that last one in, because he had lacked a couple of yards to get to 100, so I needed to do that, obviously. Bailey with 2 interceptions in this game, no touchdowns. They were very successful running. They should have kept running, honestly. From the start, they didn't have any losses on the ground, but they stopped running. That was their doom. We had a very solid day on the ground as well, to be honest. We've got Cerdenio for 100 yards, Suarez 82, even Colombo got 21. That's a combined rushing effort of about 240 yards. Doesn't even matter that we didn't throw it that much. Leading receiver, actually Jaquez Lera, for the first time since last year, gets 46 yards. We've got Rivero with a drop, registering again. Arianes, very quiet game today, only 2 catches for 15 yards, but also a catch, a drop registered, but I guess we'll see him next episode again. Or I don't mean next episode, maybe next game, which we also will do in this episode still. We're not done yet, but overall, I'd say the second half was a lot more what I want this team to be than the first half, because that first half was abysmal again. 17 points allowed. They only had like 3 possessions and they made the most of them. And yeah, we actually had a little bit of pass rush this week. Kelvin Leiva got back in the backfield there, 1.5 sacks, a sack for Jose Castillo. But again, it's pretty disappointing that Valdez, he's like a 91 overall edge rusher or something, and he doesn't get it done, man. It's so disappointing. Jose Castillo also forced the fumble, the throw that was ruled a fumble because it was backwards. And even more good news, we get a 4-star wide receiver out of Houston, Texas, Nick Chavez, or Chavez, I'm guessing is the correct pronunciation. And we got Taylor Morales, the defensive tackle. We get everybody this year, man, which is great. Chavez, 5'7", 173. He is a slot receiver. He was visiting this week, and he was a little bit happy about our performance, I'm guessing. He's got good speed. He's got some solid route runnings to start out with. Pretty solid player overall, I'd say. Taylor Morales, already talked about him. He's the short dude and the light dude. He's short and light for a defensive tackle. Need to gain a little bit of weight here if he wants to go to the NFL. 89 strength though is really good. We've got 84 finesse moves. That's really good. I'm not too concerned about him or his size, because this dude looks like he can play. And then we've got one more game. It's going to be the Rice Owls. They are a very lackluster team, but they do have a few players in the mid-80s for overall, and one of them is the quarterback. To be exact, he is the best player on this team. Drew DeVilliers, 6'6", 200 pounds, out of Plano, Texas. Former 3-star recruit. He's a field general. I'm guessing this kid is not going to run much, but he's very solid with his accuracies across the board. He's got 92 throw power. He's got more than enough arm strength and accuracy to make up for his speed deficits, but if we catch him in the pocket, it might be over. Best running back on the team, however, is a 73 overall, 5'11", 179 out of Natchitoches, Louisiana. Kiki Hart is an elusive back, but his break tackle rating is pretty low. He's got only 80 carrying, which for running back is actually pretty low. Can run a little bit of routes, but has basically no power. 90 speed, it's solid, I guess. But that running back is not scaring me at all. Owen Carter is the number 1 receiver. Where's number 83? 6'1", 183, makes sense. Carter is a very solid route runner with decent hands, but nothing spectacular. And he's got some really good elusiveness, and 87 speed is not too fast. So that's their number 1. The number 2 is Jonathan Harrell, 6'4", 228, a big dude out of Manville, Texas. Former 2-star recruit. He's a deep threat for some reason, archetype-wise, even though he's 6'4", 220. He's a decent route runner, decent hands, decent elusiveness, and decent speed. Nothing about this guy says spectacular or even good. Chuck Molinaro is the tight end, and as such, he is the best receiving option today. 6'4", 226, almost the exact same size as that receiver. Although he's lacking a lot of the speed there. He's a blocking tight end, can run a little bit of routes, but his hands are abysmal, and he's got no speed to mention at all. 68 speed is just awful. And then the offensive line, I mean, the left tackle spot looks pretty solid here with Lane Jeffcoat, but across the board, this is not a great offensive line. They do have a few solid players, a few pieces there. It's they don't really have a weakness. I mean, maybe that right tackle doesn't look great at 76 overall, but across the board, it's like 80, 82 overall players. It's not horrible, but we should be absolutely dominating the trenches here. Yeah, the top edge rusher on this team is Delvin Abreu. Good power rusher, no finesse moves, no run stopping to speak of, and some pretty solid athleticism. Then they've got Dwayne Gaskin as the top defensive tackle, 6'4", 323, a massive dude out of Katy, Texas. Former 3-star run stopper with 75 block shedding. I mean, that's just awful. How are you a run stopping archetype defensive tackle and then you have 75 block shedding? You have no pass rush ability to speak of. How is this dude playing, honestly? He's just a good athlete and nothing else. And then they're going to miss their top linebacker, Emmanuel Page. So, I mean, this is not a great look for this Rice defense. They should be... We are the heavy favorites if you look at this. Now, Nolan Burton is going to take over for him, 6'1", 234, out of Jackson, Tennessee. It's a pass coverage archetype linebacker, former 3-star recruit. Burton, he's got 77 zone coverage. I mean, I guess that's not horrible, but it's also not good. He's got some diagnostics working. He's got some pass rush ability. He can stop the run a little bit, and he's not the slowest dude ever. So this linebacker is actually solid, but he's the only one they've got. Now they've got Jake Stotts, 5'10", 184 out of Fairfield, Alabama. Stotts is a slow quarter with elite zone coverage and horrible man coverage ability. If they play man or press man, they are gonna be losing. 88 speed is really slow, but if you play him off 10 yards off the line every time, I think he should be fine. In like a quarters heavy or maybe a cover 3 heavy system where he plays a lot of deep zone and doesn't have to come up. Jason Richmond is the other dude, and he's even slower, man. This unit in the secondary looks absolutely abysmal. No man coverage ability to speak of. So far we've played him twice, and we've tied. So I guess this is a tiebreaker in this best of 3 series. Well, it's not a best of 3 series because there is going to be more seasons after this one because, well, I mean, we've already 3 losses. There's no way we make the championship game this year. I mean, the national championship this year. So we have also got some work to do, very obviously. We are still ranked for some reason at number 23. But we need to win this game, man. Rice is one of the weakest teams in the conference. This has got to be a blowout. 1st and 10, and Estrada is just going to dump it over the middle, and Rivero makes a very nice catch and is injured on the first play of the game. They get a 9-yard connection there going, but this is not a good news. This is not good news. And on the next one, we have a huge loss as Rice is going to end the drive right there. No points for Laredo State, and a wide open running lane there for Kiki Hart. Way too easy. Got a first down. 2nd and 3, and they're already almost at midfield. And throwing it down the field, and this one's going to be caught. Drew DeVilliers standing in the pocket and delivering a strike down the field. Good coverage, but cornerback Santiago Rodriguez, he got absolutely lost out there. And I mean, that's not a good look at all. 2nd and goal from the 1 now, and they're gonna toss it outside, and that's gonna be a walk-in touchdown for Rice. They're gonna take the lead here. It's a home game for them, but we still should be the heavy favorites in this game. 7-3, and yeah, let's see what we can do on this Saturday night here. Laredo State's gonna go back on offense now, and after a couple of bad runs, it's yet again a long third down for Estrada, and that catch is not made at all, as we had Vela laying out over the middle, not working out. That's gonna be another punt, and Rice gets the ball back immediately. De Villiers throwing one strike after another, and again, horrible tackling by Alonso on that play. Dave Santos has to clean it up. The linebacker helping out in the secondary there. 1st and 10, and De Villiers gonna be sacked. No way to go there. He was sacked from 2 sides. He would have had to scramble his left, and then probably Leva would have disengaged. As we have another great run, and Leva has to save the touchdown, honestly, as Kiki Hart gets all the lost yardage back, and now it's 3rd and 10 for De Villiers. And he is gonna not go down, apparently, and finally, somebody takes him down, man. 4 men and the quarterback, and nobody takes him down. What is happening to this defense, man? 4th and 22, and at least that's going to knock him out of field goal range, so at least there is no more points on the board. But we're already in the 2nd quarter, and the offense has done next to nothing. What a juke move by John Suarez on the outside there. That's a great outside zone call. Moving the chains in the process. And now we've got a 2 tight end set, and Rivero is not in the game at the moment, so we're going to have to hope that these backup tight ends can block a little bit. Suarez gets about 10 yards and then is knocked down. 1st down anyway. 1st and 10. John Suarez, he's going to throw it to the outside here. And Arellanes, he's got a clean path to the end zone. It's a touchdown. Diving into the end zone is Joshua Arellanes. They get the score, and Laredo State finally ties up the game. Used up 6 minutes of the 2nd quarter to have a tie game. 4 minutes away from halftime. Joshua Arellanes. That was a perfectly played RPO, as Rivero was back out there blocking, and he throws the perfect block for Arellanes. He's got enough speed, and he's diving in the end zone there. 3rd and 6 for De Villiers, and they've got trips to the left and a wide open receiver over the middle as well. That's the number 1 guy. I forgot his name. Owen Carter. That's right. 3rd and 6. Kiki Hart's the back, and they're going to motion him out. It's a double twin set, and on the swing is Kiki Hart, but nowhere to go. Valdez in the backfield. Finally, he's showing off some of that athleticism. If he breaks the pocket once, man, that 90 speed or whatever he has, man, that is dangerous. They have to go punt it away, and now back deep awaits Tavares Cerdeño, our backup running back, and he's got some running room. He's going to cut it back to the other side and cuts it back to the middle, and that's a great return. Start him off at the 47 of Rice already. So a short field, and Estrada has a 3rd and 10, 5-man rush. Rivero, what a drop! Are you kidding me? You did not just drop that. What on earth was that one? That's going to be a punt. No points for Laredo State, even though we had a great punt return there. And instead, we're going to get a sack on defense, I guess. And I think that's Vasquez in the backfield again, and he has been pretty solid this season. 33 seconds on the clock. Nobody's going to bother with taking timeouts here. And we're at halftime with the tie game at 7. Laredo State defense in this half actually playing pretty solid. 4 sacks already, no turnovers forced so far, but only 108 yards allowed, only 1 touchdown allowed. I think this is a winnable game. We have to win this, but the offense has to finally show up, man. Those first couple of drives were pretty horrible, as Jonathan Harrell has a very nice start to this drive, and now they're going to hand it off to Hart, and he's got all the running room in the world, and he's down the sideline, 30, 25, and down at the 21-yard line. And he is over 10 yards a carry right now. This dude is a 73 overall running back, so clearly it is not that he's breaking too many tackles. But speaking of breaking too many tackles, Rice is in the end zone again. It's Harrell with a touchdown for the Owls, and Rice is going to take the lead again, 14-7. 2nd and 7 now for Wayne Estrada with an empty backfield. He's just going to throw it to Arellanes. 1st down, 8 yards, move the chains, live to see another down. 3rd and 4, and Estrada's back to throw again, and wide open is Arellanes on the slant. He's been pretty on the money, 11 yards on that play. Close bunch to the right, and Rosas isolated left. We're going to throw it over the middle, and Orellana's wide open again. Kind of feel like we need to put him in the slot. He's doing so much over the middle. 1st and 10. Estrada has got trips to the right and throws it in the end zone. And what on earth was that? Return it the other way as Rice is going to get the ball back with 1 minute and 43 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Estrada just throws an interception way too short. It was like maybe 8 yards off. So I think at this point it's fair to say or to discuss a quarterback change, but we are going to get this one back. It's an interception for the Ocelot defense as Brian Alonso is pretty mad. He was like, yeah, we're done with this. We're just going to get this ball back for the offense and now finally get a touchdown, hopefully. And it's a good start with John Suarez getting the 1st down here. 3rd and 14 after a couple of really bad runs, though. And Estrada is getting sacked. This is bad news. And a field goal try as well. So 14-10 at least, but we're still trailing and we're 8 minutes away from the end of the game. So we need to get it together here. Ocelot's defense not looking great right now. 2nd and 1, and Hart, he's just having a field day on this defense, man. This run defense is abysmal. He's at 11 rushes for 114 yards. It's still more than 10 a carry. And yet again, he's got a huge crease, 9 yards on this one. That's still more than 10 yards a carry. 2nd and 1, and they check in a different running back. Throw it, honestly, to the number 1 wideout, Owen Hart here, and DeVilliers with another strike. He's just dissecting this defense if he has to. And again, another strike to the outside. Harrell turns it upfield, gains another 1st down. They are just moving down the field way too quickly. And DeVilliers, now they are going to go with an option play, even though DeVilliers has like 73 speed and they get a 1st down out of it. What are you talking about? 3rd and goal. DeVilliers has got some time, throws it away at the end. Nobody open, and at least we force him to take a field goal. So this stays a 1-score game, but now again, we need to go get a touchdown if we want to win it. And Estrada with another horrible throw. Oh man, this is not looking good. That's another punt, and Rice gets the ball back. 3.5 minutes on the clock. DeVilliers getting sacked again. It's Calcaterra in the backfield. Laredo State at least gets the ball back. 2 minutes on the clock, and I think this is the last time. This is the last drive. It has to be a touchdown. You can't fail here. We can't punt it away again. 1 minute and 26 seconds on the clock, and Estrada, he's got some time to throw now, and the catch is made by Rivero. What a play by the tight end, looking real sharp. 3rd and 10 now, so this is looking pretty dicey. 3rd and 10, one-on-one shot down the field. He's got Rosas in good coverage, but it's going to be a touchdown. Taylor Rosas in the end zone, and this is going to tie up the game with 26 seconds left. It was just like honestly, it was kind of a Hail Mary because it was a 3rd and 10. Everything was covered up, and you throw it up in tight coverage to a 5'8" receiver. You don't expect it to go well, but it's not a touchdown. They are going to reverse it. It's down at the half-yard line. So it's going to be Cerdeño. That's a touchdown. So at least the game's tied now. One thing we could have done was run it out or kneel it out one time and then run it in to force them to not have any time. Run it only with like 2 seconds left or something. So Rice is just content going to overtime with this one. So tied at 17. We're going to have an overtime here at Rice. Laredo State forces an overtime game, even though this should have been a blowout. We are by so much the better team, but the defense is not showing up. The run defense especially is just awful. So we'll see how this is going to go for the Laredo State Ocelots, but we have won the toss, which means we are going to defend first. Now let's see what Rice can do on offense. And DeVilliers takes the field at the 25-yard line. Hart's in the backfield, but they're going to throw it. And DeVilliers is going to get sacked. And that's a fumble, but he's going to recover it. So we could have ended the game right then and there. But instead, it's 2nd and 27. So if we keep them out of field goal range, they might not even get any points out of it. So let's see. Calcaterra with a great play there, immediately shedding his block. 2nd and 23, and De Villiers has a 4-man pressure. They set up the slip screen. Oh man, they got him. That's a 10-yard gain for Hart, so now they're back in field goal range. 3rd and 13 for De Villiers. 4-man pressure. It's gonna be another sack, and this time it's Eric Vasquez in the backfield. 4th and 20. This is going to be a long field goal from the 35. That's 52 yards. That's NFL size field goal. And he is not going to make it. It's not even close. He shanked it wide left. No points for Rice. And now Laredo State. The defense showed up. Let's do something on offense. We are going to get a first down here on 3rd and 4. We just run it all the time. We just covered the ball at all times. We're just running it. We're not doing anything else here. Colombo is going to get a carry here, and he's going to have it a little bit more centered, I guess. 4th and 4. We're not going to go for it, obviously. This is a field goal try, and they iced us, but we are going to make it, and field goal is good. Win for Laredo State. It was a tough one against Rice, but it should have not been that close. We get the OT win, and at least we're 6-3 now, I guess. Apparently, we can only win 2 games each episode, so I'm guessing that's probably gonna end in an 8-4 record if we continue on like this. De Villiers, 17 of 20 for 180 yards. Man, this is just ridiculous, man. The pass rush is not getting there. The D-line is just weak. They are not stopping the run. They can't create some pressure to force the quarterback into bad throws or throwaways at least. Oh, man. Also, we were not really able to run the football that well today, so that was, I don't know. Their defensive line does not scare me at all, but for some reason, it did show up in this game. They were pretty successful at disturbing our run game this game. John Suarez, 25 rushes for 95 yards. That's below 4 yards a carry, so that's not good. Rosas and Oreanes for 67 yards each. We get a touchdown with Oreanes. The deep one to Taylor Rosas, man, that was kind of a miracle ball, honestly. We would have lost the game if it wasn't for him. And then we've got Vasquez, Calcaterra, a defensive tackle duo combining for 5.5 sacks. What are you talking about, man? And then we've got Valdez with 2 more sacks. We've got an interception. Brian Alonso, our number 1 corner. Sadly, Aguilera didn't get an interception today, but maybe next time. Playing pretty well this season. Well, I mean, he does have a lot of ball production, but Aguilera also, I mean, he's whiffing on the coverage sometimes. We have had a couple deep touchdowns allowed on his side to cover, so that's on him as well, I guess. But, I mean, it's kind of the Trayvon Diggs conversation. Do you want the interceptions, or do you want to have somebody back there that just doesn't screw up? But right now, we don't really have a choice. Our safety tandem is just weak. We don't have any options really to play. So it's gonna stay like this for this season. We're 6-3. We're 4-2 in conference. That's 1 game behind Baylor, who is I think still on the schedule for us. Texas A&M is also on the schedule for us, which they are tied with us. So we definitely need to win that game against Texas A&M, because if we don't, we might as well just go home. And then on the other side, Oklahoma and Texas, both 5-1 in conference. I think they're gonna make it out with themselves. Who's gonna play in the conference championship game? And in the Southeast, well, I mean, Baylor has a good lead, but Texas A&M and Laredo State are still in the mix. So that's gonna do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe for more Laredo State Dynasty. See you in the next episode. Until then, have a nice day.